She's the Sheriff won't be seen tonight, so we can bring you a very special episode of The Gen X Files. Welcome to The Gen X Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
And today's show is all about Mac and Me. Yeah, baby.
Oh, man. So you remember when we had that E.T. video game and when it didn't sell really well, they just buried all of them?
Yes.
I wanted this to be released on Blu-ray just so they would bury them and we would never have to see it again.
Oh, my God. Okay, so welcome back to June Doom 6?
5.
5. Sorry, I'm
It's
getting
5.
ahead of
Sorry.
myself.
Yeah.
I feel like we've jumped a whole year with the Doom that is this June.
It took a year to watch this stupid movie.
I'll tell you this, though, okay? I was thinking, I think I talked to you about this yesterday. So after the movie was over, I was thinking about this compared to Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
And Garbage Pail Kids is the better movie. And I'll tell you why.
I think I would agree.
Even though I mentioned last show that after Garbage Pail Kids, a few hours afterwards, I started feeling super skeevy and gross.
Like you just crawled out of a garbage pail?
Yes, like I
Yeah.
had worms in my
Yeah.
underpants and I needed to take a shower.
worms? Yeah.
Mhm. And I had vomit and pee all over me from
Great,
the Garbage Pail
yeah.
Kids. Anyway, but it elicited an emotional reaction from me.
Right.
Good or bad. If a movie makes me feel something, I'll give it some sort of props.
I agree.
This movie, nothing.
Well, okay, now I'm going to disagree with you for a second because I watched this movie with you,
Yes.
and you were definitely angry
While I
for
was
this whole
watching
movie.
it. While I was watching
But
it.
this is the beauty of this movie. It is the most pointless, boring movie ever that makes you angry without realizing that you're angry.
Right. I guess what I'm saying is after the movie was over, I got that feeling from Garbage Pail Kids. After this movie was over, the anger went away,
I don't know if that's better or
and
not.
I didn't feel anything. Okay, I'm going to give this movie I'm going to give it 2 compliments
Okay.
before we get into it.
Okay.
I know it's going to be
great. Yes, let's find the positives first.
I want to be nice about it. First of all, I think it's awesome that they cast a kid in a wheelchair and never made anything about it. Like, they never made it like, oh, the kid can't, whatever. It was just he was in a wheelchair. It was his life. And he completely nailed it. You know what I mean? He wasn't incapacitated. It wasn't, oh, woe is me. It was who he is.
His mother definitely did not treat him better because he was in a wheelchair.
No, worse, actually.
She treated him like he was a piece of garbage.
But I think that's admirable. Like, look,
Yeah.
above everything else, if you're going to cast somebody with a disability, and you cast somebody with a disability, already I'm applauding. And B, if it's not an issue, it's the same thing as him being blonde or blue-eyed. It's just part of who he is.
Yeah.
I love that too, because then it normalizes it, and it doesn't. Kids who have the same situation can enjoy the movie without having to be reminded.
I totally agree. I'm just going to give you one caveat with that.
Yeah.
They specifically wanted a kid in a wheelchair.
Great. Well, I get
Because
that.
to me, that sounds like the producer kind of wanted to exploit him.
Well, okay. See, you're ripping apart my good intentions.
I think what you're saying is the after effects of all of it are very positive.
I'm going to counter what you said with this point and see if you agree with me. Okay. I think the main reason why he wanted a kid with a wheelchair is because he was going through the Ronald McDonald House.
Yes.
And wanted to celebrate those kids. And here's my second thing. My applaud, my flowers to this bastardization of cinema, is that they gave a lot of money to charity. It was going to give money to the Ronald McDonald House, which, look, say what you will about McDonald's or whatever, the Ronald McDonald House is a great charity that has helped thousands upon thousands of children. And it's great to see disability representation that is not hackneyed. Which is so weird to say in this. I mean, like they went the other route by like shoving him off cliffs and stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, they tried to kill him twice.
Yes. So like those. Okay. So those are my 2 little bundles of flowers for this movie before we start shitting on it.
Okay.
For
Well,
the
my
next hour
other
and a half.
caveat then for your second opinion, your second point is that they could have at least tried to make a better goddamn movie. Because then there would have been more money going to the Ronald McDonald House charities rather than the paltry sum that didn't even cover the movie's budget.
Touche. This is the kind of movie, like, how the F, man? If you're somebody who writes screenplays or if you're somebody who is an independent filmmaker or whatever, and you poured your heart and soul into these scripts that you've worked years and years on, and then something like this is made with all of this money and everything. It's the absolute worst part of Hollywood. This is an example of the machine, the garbage machine that is a huge part of Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. It is a perfect prime example of all the wrong things with Hollywood, especially in the late 80s.
Oh, my God. And the design of these creatures could not have been more off-putting. They look like weird alien sex dolls for guys with tiny peens.
At least in the Garbage Pail Kids movie, the director thought they were going to finish them, and then they just didn't.
Yes.
In this one, they got them and go, yeah, thumbs up to that.
All right, we got these little butthole mouths that don't close. How should they communicate? Whistles.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Oh, we'll use straws because it'll fit right in with all the Coca-Cola.
But when we did the E.T. movie, we made the observation that E.T. lived and died with his eyes. His eyes were what made E.T. made us love E.T. And brought him to life. The eyes were perfect. Now they try that with these Macs.
Yeah, but you can't just create giant eyes that don't, like, they move, but they don't constrict and retract and do all the things that a normal person does.
The aliens had a constant look of, I just crap myself.
Yeah.
They were so shaky and weird and off-putting, and their expressions with their big eyes and their little butthole mouths, and the very limited movement of everything.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of E.T. I did not care about any when the gas station inexplicably exploded and the whole town basically exploded from this one gunshot. I was like, fine, they're dead. Good, burn them up. Let's see the charred corpses. Let's have barbecue.
It's just the end is don't mess with aliens because everyone dies.
Good Lord. Anyway,
if only.
Let's get into it because I'll talk about this forever.
All right, take yourself back to 1988.
Yeah,
July 31st. 32 people are killed and 1,674 injured when a bridge at the Sultan Abdul Halim ferry terminal collapses in Butterworth, Penang, Malaysia.
Good Lord.
That is a lot of people that got hurt.
Oh, my God. Well, also, can you imagine being on a bridge? Because there's nothing you can do.
Do you think that maybe there was just a few too many people on the bridge?
Possibly. Look, not to be disparaging, but there are not a lot of regulations in some of these countries.
Yeah, of course.
And there's not a lot of really expensive building materials. This is why when there's earthquakes in certain countries, like everything just turns to powder.
It just falls down.
Because it's all made out of talcum powder.
Yes, it is. August 8th, thousands of protesters in Burma, now known as Myanmar, are killed during anti-government demonstrations.
Good Lord.
Yeah. August 11th, a meeting of Islamic jihadi leaders, including Osama bin Laden, takes place, leading to the founding of Al-Qaeda.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Coincidence? August 12th, Mac and Me is released in theaters.
Now, I read this article that right after Osama bin Laden met and they formed Al-Qaeda, they wanted to celebrate. And he has a lot of money, he has family money, so he's like, I love McDonald's. Let's go to McDonald's. I'll get you all McDonald's. They're like, oh, yay, McDonald's, we're going to McDonald's. So they go to McDonald's, they get all their little Happy Meals and stuff, and they see the advertisement that tomorrow Mac and Me is opening. And he's like, you know what? Let's keep celebrating, guys. I'm going to take y'all to the movies. They go to see Mac and Me, and that's exactly when the plans for 9/11 started.
Yeah.
It was when the credits rolled.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, never again America. No more Mac and Me's.
No. It was awful. Everything that's wrong with America.
People don't realize that Mac and Me's would pretty much
cause 9/11.
Yep.
Coincidence?
Yes. No. Listen to my sister podcast, Conspiracies with a K.
Mac and Me starts with producer R.J. Lewis. Lewis started producing in the late 70s with TV movies, including Steel Cowboy in 1978, starring James Brolin and Rip Torn.
Okay.
Silent Victory, the Kitty O'Neill story in 1979, starring Stockard Channing.
Love Stockard Channing. I don't know what the Kitty O'Neill story is.
I think she was I think she was a racer, but she was deaf. She was a deaf athlete of some sort. I don't remember what. I remember her being deaf. I don't remember for what sport.
Okay, well, are you gleaning that from Silent Victory, or?
No, I actually remember it being
okay.
about. I just don't remember. I for some reason I feel like it was like racing, but it might have been running or something. I don't know. When Hell was in Session in 1979, starring Hal Holbrook, Eva Marie Saint, and Mako.
Ooh, nice cast.
Yeah. His first feature film was in 1980 with The Idol Maker, starring Ray Sharkey and Peter Gallagher.
That was an unexpected hit. Ray Sharkey is an interesting dude, man.
Yeah.
That MFer had a hard life and a hard death. I believe he died of AIDS.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. But I think I'm not sure what it was from, but he was one of the first celebrities to kind of like hit that. But I remember seeing him after whatever, I'm not positive it's AIDS, but whatever diagnosis, I'm pretty sure it is. But whatever diagnosis, seeing him and just being like unrecognizable. He's a good actor. Like he was like this dude to watch, and then something happened with him, and he kind of like.
Lewis found success by executive producing The Karate Kid in 1984 and The Karate Kid Part 2 in 1986.
Nice.
Lewis had previously worked on advertising campaigns with McDonald's and had an association with their charitable arm, Ronald McDonald House Charities.
Nice.
He explained that at the time, Ronald McDonald was
even more well-known than Santa Claus.
But that E.T. was close behind and thus felt that the next generation, quote-unquote generation, needed an E.T. the extraterrestrial of their own.
Generation?
Now, remember, E.T. came out in 1982, so there was no new generation yet after E.T.
No.
R.J. Lewis is an idiot.
Yes. We're going to see more examples of that to come.
He is a perfect example of a skeezy Hollywood executive in the late 80s.
Yeah, well, you couldn't throw a brick in Hollywood without hitting one of them's.
Lewis negotiated rights to use the McDonald's brand and its elements within the film. He pitched the project as a cross-promotional endeavor which could be promoted at the restaurants, and with its profits helping to support Ronald McDonald House Charities.
That meeting sets the record for the use of the word synergy. I think he actually used it 97 times.
To this end, Lewis hired Steve Feek to write a script. Steve Feek co-wrote the short The Sitter in 1977, which would eventually be expanded into the feature film When a Stranger Calls in 1979, starring Carol Kane.
The calls are coming from inside the house. Get out of the house. The calls are coming from inside of the house.
Yeah, it's so good. Feek was mostly getting work in Hollywood by doing uncredited rewrites on scripts like Hadley's Rebellion in 1983.
That classic.
Yeah. He did write and direct the feature Papa Was a Preacher, released in 1985, a G-rated family film about a family moving to rural Texas to help with a needy congregation.
Well, that sounds like right up your alley.
Yeah, it's my favorite film of all time. Lewis was busy working on pre-production for a movie that didn't yet have a script. It turns out Lewis wasn't a fan of what Feek was writing, so he turned his attention to hiring a director.
So you just ignored him?
Pretty much.
Okay. This guy sounds like an awesome producer.
That director was Stuart Raffel, who had made a number of family films. He was suggested by James Brolin, who Raffel had worked with in 1981. Raffel grew up in England but moved to America to make movies. And by all means, I have watched some interviews with Stuart Raffel, and he seems like a really nice guy.
Okay. We're still going to shit on him, right?
Yeah, I just don't think he's a very good director.
Well, look, there's plenty of really nice people in Hollywood that aren't talented.
I think that he is just slightly below the wherewithal that the director from the Garbage Pail Kids movie did, where he knew that he was like, I'm crap, but I'm helping pay for your pensions. So, I just don't think Stuart Raffel really understood that.
Well, I love people that know who they are, and then they just still do it.
Yeah.
I'm crap, but you're hiring me.
Yeah, here we go.
Buckle up, kids.
Raffel's first feature was The Tender Warrior in 1971, starring Dan Haggerty, which Raffel wrote and directed.
Ooh, Dan Haggerty, TV's Grizzly Adams.
Grizzly Adams. Other family adventure films he wrote and directed include The Adventures of the Wilderness Family in 1975, starring Robert Logan and George Buck Flower.
I thought it was Robert Loggia.
No. The Sea Gypsies, a.k.a. Shipwreck in 1978, starring Robert Logan.
Ooh, he loves Robert Logan.
They got along. In 1994, he directed The Philadelphia Experiment, the time travel World War II movie, starring Michael Paré and Nancy Allen.
Such a disappointment.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's bad.
I remember liking it because it was a time travel thing.
But you were a baby
but
when
I
you
was
saw
young.
it.
Yeah. He also wrote and directed The Ice Pirates, starring Robert Urich.
Now, I loved that movie as a kid. We need to cover that.
I think it has a cult following, and yes, we need to cover it.
Angelica Houston's in that movie.
Oh, really?
Yes. And not as, like, a major part. She's, like, one of the lesser ice pirates.
Yeah. After Mac and Me, he would direct Mannequin 2 on the Move in 1991, the sequel that everybody was clamoring for.
Oh, yeah, which we're going to do in our next Not So Terrible 2s.
Not So Terrible 2s, because it's so much better than the first movie.
It is so much worse than the
It's
first movie.
so bad.
There's like 2 mannequins or something in the second one, I think.
I don't remember. I know I've seen it because I liked the first movie
Yeah.
and it was on TV all the time. But I remember when the second one came out, just going like, why? Because I don't think either of the main leads were in the second movie.
Meshack Taylor came back. Nope, you're right. It was Christy Swanson and William Ragsdale.
The 2 leads did not come back. But Meshack Taylor was in it, so hey.
Hey, Meshack Taylor, they used to call him Johnny Paycheck.
He also wrote and directed perhaps the greatest movie of all time, Tammy and the T-Rex in 1994.
If you want to torture yourself or your friends, eat some edibles and do a double feature of Mac and Me and Tammy and the T-Rex. It is perfect. You'll never watch a movie again.
Yeah, you'll realize that movies are just broken. When Raffel got the call from Lewis for a meeting, he walked in and quickly realized that Lewis had already hired the entire production crew, which is very uncommon. Usually you hire a director first.
Yes.
The problem, they didn't have a script. Raffel said,
I was hired out of the blue when the producers asked me to come down to the office, so I did. And he had a whole crew there, a whole crew on the payroll. It was amazing. He had the transportation captain, the camera department head, the AD, the production manager, and everybody already hired. And I said, well, what's the script? And he said, we don't have a script. I don't like the script. You have to write the script. You're going to have to write it quickly, so prep the movie and write the script on the weekends.
This has led a lot of online people saying that, a lot of dialogue saying that the movie didn't have a script, which is incorrect. From his own mouth, he wrote the movie before they shot anything.
Well, good.
But it takes a lot to prep a movie and write a movie at the same time.
Especially if you're an inexperienced director who's not very good.
Yeah, well, he's not. I wouldn't say he's inexperienced. He's got a lot of movies under his belt.
Okay, but not a good director.
Yeah. Also, like, the fact that pretty much any time you are in the middle of prepping a movie without a script, meaning that who knows what the hell's going to happen.
And then he was tasked to write the script.
Yeah.
Direct it and write it.
Yeah.
Well, he nailed both.
Yeah. They had an outline presumably used from fake scripts, so they started shooting while Raffel figured out dialogue.
Oh, and boy did he, because that dialogue rips.
Did he? I'm going to say he didn't. They cast Christine Ebersole as Janet Cruz.
That poor woman.
Surprisingly, Kim Basinger and Angelica Houston offered the role of Janet, and both declined.
Kim Basinger seems like she'd be pretty young for the...
I mean, Christine Ebersole was pretty young in this.
Well, she at least looks like a mom.
That's true. Ebersole started in theater, appearing in Broadway in 1975. She would eventually be nominated for 4 Tonys, winning in 2001 for her role in 42nd Street, and winning again in 2007 for her dual roles in Grey Gardens.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see her in Grey Gardens.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Ebersole made her TV debut in Ryan's Hope in 1977 and would return as a different character in 1980, working on 11 episodes. In 1981, she was cast in SNL, the first season without Lorne Michaels running the show.
I forgot she was on SNL.
She was the Weekend News Update co-anchor with Brian Doyle Murray.
She was good.
Yeah.
In a cast that was awful. I mean, the cast wasn't as awful as the writers, because that show sucked.
It was not good for a while. She made her feature film debut with a small part in Tootsie.
I just watched Tootsie.
Did you?
I watched it when I went home in March, when I went to see my folks.
It's a great movie. It's really fun.
It is great. I forgot how great it is, and I think she was one of the people working on the soap opera. If I'm not,
I thought she might have been the roommate, but I think that's somebody else.
No. Who's roommate?
I thought that Dustin Hoffman had a roommate that was.
Oh, you're thinking of Terry Garr, who was his
Garr.
friend.
Yeah. Friend, yeah.
His roommate was Bill Murray.
Right. That's right. I get Bill Murray and Christine Ebersole mixed up.
Oh, they were both on SNL.
Yeah.
No shame, baby.
They both like to just randomly show up at people's houses and do their dishes. Yeah.
And they're both very funny.
She also appeared as Caterina Cavallari in Amadeus in 1984. She did not win an Oscar. Just ask F. Murray Abraham.
Ugh. F him.
After Mac and Me, she appeared in Ghost Dad in 1990.
Good Lord.
She wouldn't drink the drink.
Dead Again in 1991.
I've said this before. Not a very good movie, but probably my favorite Robin Williams performance ever.
Dead Again? Okay.
Yeah, that was the movie with Kenneth Branagh movie, right? LA detective who takes on the case of a mute amnesiac woman tormented by nightmares of a 1940s movie. It's this weird, like, reincarnation movie, and
Oh.
they were each other.
Wow, maybe I have not seen this.
It's not great, and again, it was back when Kenneth Branagh did not know how to differentiate from being on stage doing
Right,
Shakespeare and
right.
being in a movie. But Robin Williams plays this psychiatrist who's so effed up that he just stays in a freezer at this butcher shop, and
wow.
people come talk to him. And it's such a great performance that it's worth watching them. It's such a teeny little part.
Yeah,
But it's worth watching the movie just for his performance.
All right. She was also in Black Sheep in 1996. I believe she played Chris Farley's mother in it.
Well, I thought she was the.
No,
she
Mother
was
was
the.
I don't remember now. I've
She-
seen that movie 100 times.
Wasn't she the one running for office? And they had.
Oh,
to-
yeah, actually, now that you say that, yeah.
And they had to get rid of him. I think you're right that she was his mother, but
Yeah.
she was running for office, so David Spade had to
Right.
kind of take him to a cabin or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I always get Black Sheep and the other one that's
Tommy
exactly
Boy?
Tommy Boy so mixed up.
Tommy Boy's such a good movie.
But no, Black Sheep, I think you're right. She's also in My Favorite Martian in 1999.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Christopher Lord, I'm a Martian now.
Yeah.
That's what he kept saying.
Yeah.
We're
just
going to
over
go
and
back
over.
to Mars.
She was also in The Wolf of Wall Street in 2013.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
I don't remember her in that at all. And Licorice Pizza in 2021.
Really good movie.
I
And she was
still
really
haven't
good.
seen that yet.
Oh, you should. I
Yeah.
think it just popped up on Netflix or
Oh,
something.
yeah, I think you're right. actually.
Yeah, you should definitely check it out. It's really
I
good.
love Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm surprised I haven't watched it yet.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid is in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It was his first thing.
Yeah,
His
his
first big thing, and he is great.
Okay. Her TV appearances include a lead role in the sitcom The Kavanaughs from 86 to 89, appearing in 26 episodes.
Vaguely familiar?
Rachel Gunn, RN, in 1992, playing the lead for 13 episodes.
Yeah, well, she was a RN by day and a PI by night. Rachel Gunn.
Rachel Gunn, PIRN.
Pern.
Yeah.
People like Pern. No. PI/RN. Private and gift. Never mind.
Never mind.
Give me my card back.
Royal Pains from 2009 to 2014, appearing in 14 episodes.
Isn't that the show that the princess, the American princess, is on? The one married to
Kate Middleton?
Markle.
Oh, Meghan Markle?
Meghan Markle, wasn't
Was
she?
that?
on?
Maybe.
No, Suits was what she was on.
I don't know.
It was one of those
It was
USA
a USA
shows.
show around that time. I don't know. Sullivan and Son from 2012 to 2014, appearing in 33 episodes.
No idea.
Never heard of it. And Bob Hart's Abishola from 2019 to 2024, appearing in 87 episodes.
I heard that was a really good show.
Presumably, she probably plays Bob's mother.
Maybe.
I'm going to take a wild stab and say, I've heard it's really good. I've heard it's a great show.
Well, because Bob really does heart Abishola.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the guy, the lead guy that plays Bob. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I always find him very charming.
He lost so much weight, and man, there are
He's
some
not
guys.
funny anymore.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he was ever funny, but I'm just totally kidding. But there are some people like he or Kevin Smith that when they lose weight, it doesn't work. They don't look.
well,
they look like.
Kevin Smith had to lose weight.
I-
He almost died.
I understand. It's almost not worth it though.
Oh my God! All right.
They just look like cancer victims or something. I don't know. It's like some people work better chubbier.
sure.
It's just their look. They that's just makes them look
So
hale
you just
and
want
healthy.
them to die?
I just need my fat guys to say fat, my skinny guys to say skinny.
Yeah. Well, then you got like Chris Farley who dies.
Well, we got a lot
John
of
Candy who dies.
got a lot of good stuff before they did. Just saying.
All right. She most recently can be seen in the film Starbright, starring Jonathan Rhys-Davies. No idea what it's about. Did not even look it up. Jonathan Ward was cast as Mike Cruz.
Mike Cruz.
Mike Cruz. Ward made his acting debut in the TV movie Made in America in 1982 at the age of 12.
They've made that title so many times.
Yeah.
Sometimes MAID, sometimes MADE,
Yeah.
sometimes MAUDEIE.
I think the most famous Made in America, the MADE, wasn't it Ted Danson?
Yep.
And
Whoopi Goldberg.
yep.
Whoopi
That's it.
Goldberg.
Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg. All right. His first feature film was Violated in 1984, starring J.C. Quinn and John Hurd.
Ooh, what was that about?
Someone getting violated?
Was he violated?
I don't think he was.
All right.
While he made some appearances in other films, he mostly worked in TV, including 22 episodes of Charles in Charge, playing the nerdy son in 1984 and 85. After the first season, the show was dropped by its network and picked up in syndication, where they replaced all of the cast except Scott Baio and Willie Ames.
Yeah, it was so weird. It was so weird, and they never made any mention of it. It was just
No, this is the most amazing thing. So I was working, my first job out of college was working master control for a TV station, and we showed this from the beginning.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I had watched it every day because I was working.
And you were a huge Scott Baio fan, let's be honest.
Huge.
And Willie Ames.
And the show was actually, the first season was actually funny. And I was
Sure.
like, oh, okay. And then it starts the second season where they literally come back from summer break and there's just different people in the house.
Yes, I remember.
And they don't say anything. And they're just like, all right. Well, and the messed up thing was that a few episodes later, they actually recorded some stuff to explain.
Right.
But explaining meaning for Willie
family
Ames and
moved
Scott
away
Baio.
and-
But that didn't happen until 3 or 4 episodes later. It just was like everything was normal.
But
And-
they replaced the It wasn't like they recast
whole
it.
family.
I mean, they recast it, but it wasn't like they were recast the characters.
No,
They
it was
a
completely different characters.
same house.
And for at least 2 or 3 episodes in the second season, it was just, you're all crazy. This is who lives here.
Yeah, it was so weird. It was so off-putting.
So bizarre.
Man, that Willie Ames Scott Baio team up lasted a long time.
It did. It really did.
I wonder if they're still friends.
I hope not.
We should have them over for dinner.
Nope. Nope. Jonathan Ward was also in 13 episodes of Heart of the City, starring Robert Desiderio and Christina Applegate from 86 to 87.
I don't remember that.
Don't remember that either. 17 episodes of The New Adventures of Beans Baxter, playing the lead with the show created by Savage Steve Holland in 1987.
Was that on network or was that like the Disney Channel or something?
I think it was on Fox.
Okay.
I think it was on Fox. If you want to, all 17 episodes are on the Internet Archive.
I'll check it out.
In fact, multiple places on the Internet Archive. So if you want to watch them, you can.
Hey, he did his best in this movie, Jonathan Ward.
To be honest, him and Tina Caspary were my favorite things in this movie.
Yeah.
I would have rather watched a whole movie just about them.
Yes, they should have just dished all this stuff and made it a romantic comedy.
They had good chemistry.
They did, especially when she was feeding him ice cream, which I thought that she was feeding him
a cup of noodles.
cup of noodles. You're like, no, it's ice cream, you moron. I was like, why is she feeding him cup of noodles?
He also did guest stars in single episodes of
The Twilight Zone, Beauty and the Beast, Duet, Who's the Boss, In the Heat of the Night, Going Places, Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and Grace Under Fire.
Some of the movies he appeared in include Whitewater Summer in 1987, starring Kevin Bacon and Sean Astin.
That was a pretty cool movie. It's like one of those troubled kids going to the woods kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Sean Astin, Kevin Bacon has just out to get Sean Astin. And I think they ended up killing Kevin Bacon because he was the bad guy.
All right. Steel Magnolias in 1989. Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest in 1982. Geronimo, An American Legend in 93, starring Jason Patric, Gene Hackman, and Robert Duvall.
Interesting. I don't see him fitting in that cast.
I don't think he had a very, very big part. Loving Deadly in 1994, starring David Warner.
Okay.
His last credit is the short film Meanwhile in 1998. After this, at the age of 28, he retired from acting.
Oh, wow.
He now owns Icon, a repair and restoration shop that specializes in Toyota Land Cruisers in Chatsworth.
So if you live in the Chatsworth area and you have a Toyota Land Cruiser, visit Icon.
Yeah, I got the impression from the website that they make a lot of money tuning up these Toyota Land Cruisers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he's a smart dude. You pick a niche, and you'll always make money.
Katrina Caspary was cast as Courtney. She's often known as Tina Caspary in other movies. She is most well known for appearing in Can't Buy Me Love. Listen to our Can't Buy Me Love episode for more on Tina Caspary.
Very interesting, her story, if I remember correctly.
She retired from acting in 94 and now owns a dancewear company.
Yeah.
A very high-end dancewear company.
She, to me, is the epitome of an 80s girl. She looks she could have gone to high school with anybody in the 80s. She
did. She went to high school with both of us.
Yeah. She did. She came back 9 years later to go with you. She really looks... I know all these, it's the 80s and the big hair and the crazy clothes and whatever. But if you really want to know what kids look back in the 80s, look at Tina Caspary.
Yeah, especially in this movie because it wasn't like big and crazy. She just had the look.
Yeah.
And that was it.
And in her little McDonald's uniform.
Yeah. Lauren Stanley was cast as Debbie. That would be Courtney's little sister. who doesn't understand what to do in an emergency.
No.
Because when he rolled down into the water, she just kept screaming at him.
Yeah.
What are you doing, you idiot? Get out of the water!
In fact, to the point where I'm pretty sure that he actually at one point goes, "Get help!"
Yes!
And then she just kept screaming at him.
No. And luckily the mom was like, "Oh, where's my son?"
Oh my God! Did he possibly roll down this hill in our backyard?
What? Did you inspect the backyard before you bought the house, Mom?
Maybe put a gate on the fence that can lock.
I'm thinking Mom was
She really wanted to murder him.
wanted that kid to
She
die.
did not like him.
She was tired of taking
I
care
think
of
she
him.
blamed him for the husband leaving.
Yes.
Or dying.
The husband
Or
left
whatever.
because he's like, I don't want a kid who can't walk. It was the 80s.
Wow.
That was grounds for divorce back then.
Yeah.
Imperfect
no fault
children.
divorce.
Yes. Our kid's a dud.
Stanley only appeared in 4 projects, including Mac and Me, 1 episode of High Mountain Rangers in 1987, starring Robert Conrad and his 2 sons, Christian and Shane.
Nice.
Yeah.
We loved it when we saw the Conrad kids with their dad.
2 episodes of Lonesome Dove in 1989.
Oh my God, that's my favorite miniseries of all time.
Yeah, we're going to cover that at some point.
I want to watch it again now just to
See
see what she was in.
Yeah. The TV movie Stranger at My Door, a.k.a. Dead Run in 1991, starring Robert Urich and Marky Post.
Ooh, everybody's waiting for those two to team up.
It is unknown why she stopped acting or what happened to her after this TV movie, but she stopped acting.
I think it was the delayed PTSD from Mac and Me hit her.
Yeah.
She just saw that little.
It was like just every little thing that went wrong. She's like, F it.
I heard that any time she heard, she freaked out because she thought the aliens were near.
Yeah. Jade Caligari got cast as Eric Cruz.
I kind of love that name, Jade Caligari.
Caligari actually has spina bifida and uses a wheelchair in real life. R.J. Lewis demanded that one of the characters be in a wheelchair, leading to a search that ended with Jade Caligari.
I demand one of the actors be in a wheelchair. I demand it.
Yeah, he literally told Stuart Raffle, like, you have to write the character to be in a wheelchair.
Okay.
Yeah,
Everybody's got a fetish.
I guess. He was just 12 when cast in the film and had no prior acting experience. He did receive a nomination at the Young Artist Awards in the Best Young Actor in a Motion Picture Comedy or Fantasy category.
This poor kid, because he wasn't bad, but he wasn't a good actor because he's not an actor.
Yeah.
And when you're not that good an actor, no fault of his own because he's not an actor, and you're given probably, I don't know, the worst dialogue in a decade to say, it's not his fault. You know what I mean?
No.
You got 2 strikes against you, and right when you get on plate, you know?
He was still good, despite
Yes.
the fact that the dialogue was atrocious.
He was really very physically there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
when he got out of bed, the way he would scooch out. I mean, the kid
Yeah.
was active and looked like he did a lot of his own stunts.
Yeah, he actually fell into the water.
We can't afford a stuntman for you. Nobody really looks like you, so we're just gonna look. It's not like you're gonna hurt your legs or anything. Just do it.
God. While promoting the film, he got so tired of explaining why he used a wheelchair, he started making deadpan jokes about how he had been injured in the Vietnam War.
I effing love this kid.
Yeah.
I effing love this kid.
I can just imagine him just like, whatever.
That just shows you it's what we were talking about with like Star Trek: The Motion Picture and the woman shaving her head, or these idiot reporters fixate on one thing. And that's all they talk about. And of course, it's like, instead of just being like, hey, it's really great that the lead character's in a wheelchair and nobody really talks about it, they have to, what happened to you? What happened to your legs?
Oh, I know.
So
Yeah.
disrespectful.
It is. After Mac and Me, he appeared in 1 episode of Kids Incorporated and the TV movie Alien Nation. Yeah, Alien Nation. That's one of those that I was obsessed with. I don't know why.
I like the James Caan, the actually movie.
Yeah.
version. Mandy
Yeah.
Patinkin and James Caan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good movie.
It was. I
James
remember
Caan,
that,
baby.
Yeah. I remember it being good, and then the show actually wasn't bad.
It was good enough to make a TV movie and a TV show about it.
Yeah. No, I think it was just a TV movie. I don't think there was a feature.
Yeah.
Was there?
Yes, the feature was with Mandy Patinkin and James Caan.
Oh, I thought it was just a TV movie.
No. It was a feature film in 1988, and then I think what the TV movie was a
they started
pilot.
doing TV movies. Yeah. Okay. It was back in the day when USA was like, we're going to make everything into shows.
Yes, weird science. 10 years later, when nobody cares.
Jake Calgary now lives in Chandler, Arizona. I do not know what he's doing, but he's not acting.
Well, look, he nailed it the first time out, so why even bother?
From everything I read, apparently he was just a ball of positive energy.
Sure.
And people loved having him on set, and he was just fun to be around.
He was not annoying. He was not what is wrong with this movie. Christina, the kid, everybody really, really tried, man.
Yeah.
It's almost one of those things where it's like, you want to kind of give him a little props for trying so hard.
Yeah, it's like maybe put him in another movie that's better.
Or maybe take more than 2 seconds to design your gross aliens.
Vinnie Torrente was cast as Mitford. Torrente was pursuing a law degree when he saw a sign for Actors Wanted and auditioned.
I hate him.
While he didn't get a part in that play, the next play he landed the lead role. He made his feature film debut in Mac and Me. That same year, he was in Death House, directed by John Saxon, which looked ridiculous. Torrente doesn't have any listed credits after that, but he's writing, directing, and producing plays.
Well, none of them had any personality. None of them had anything that differentiated them from the other. They were all just generic characters. It was like the worst NPCs in the worst video game you've ever seen.
Martin West was cast as Wicket. He was one of the
Ewoks?
FBI. Yeah, he was an Ewok, very tall Ewok. He was one of the FBI guys, and actually has a bit of another career beyond this movie, which most of them don't. West started on stage and made his feature film debut as the lead character in Freckles in 1960.
Okay.
West made guest appearances on TV and some films before landing his most well-known role as the grieving father in Assault on Precinct 13 in 1976.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's a great movie.
That same year, he also had a part in Family Plot, Alfred Hitchcock's final film. He would continue to play guest parts on TV, including 3 episodes of Dallas, 2 episodes of Chips, and 3 episodes of Hill Street Blues.
Ooh, I probably saw him.
He would only appear in one feature film after Mac and Me, Listen to Me, in 1989, starring Kirk Cameron, Jamie Gertz, and Roy Scheider.
I think that was about a radio station or something.
I don't remember. I think it's a coming-of-age story with Kirk Cameron.
Whatever. That was when they were trying to make Kirk Cameron a movie star, and we all collectively said, nope.
No, the second I hear Kirk Cameron, I shut off.
Yeah, well, everybody does. Even Kirk Cameron shuts up at this point.
His final role was guest starring in an episode of The New Adam 12 in 1990.
New Adam 12.
After this, he retired from acting. He became involved in local theater in Westport, Connecticut, and made a couple of documentaries about artists in the area, as well as the local theater scene.
Nice.
Apparently won a ton of awards, these 2 documentaries he did.
Very cool. I like it when people just kind of slow down and do their passions.
Yeah, he passed away on December 31st, 2018, at the age of 82.
Oh.
He's had a long career of just doing theater stuff in Westport, Connecticut.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. He did what he
was
loved.
a big proponent of Westport and the theater scene there.
I love that. I love hometown people that go back and...
It's like, yeah, let's do this.
Yes, that are like, F Hollywood, let's go back to the hometown and make it great.
Some of the supporting actors in the movie that had very small parts, Danny Cooksey is Jack Jr. Cooksey is best known for appearing in the last 3 seasons of Different Strokes, as well as Salute Your Shorts, and mostly does voiceover now.
And he was also in Terminator 2. Listen to our Terminator 2 episode from last month.
He talked like this when he was on Different Strokes. Hey, Arnold, what you gonna do?
The best was that it started, and you were like, why isn't Danny Cooksey the lead?
Yes.
And it was because he was literally in one scene.
Well, he was the bigger actor. It's
I
just,
know,
how did they get Danny? That was a get. You know, the casting director was like, guess who we got for the opening? Guess. I don't know. Danny Cooksey? Yeah. Oh, no, really?
The kid from Different Strokes?
What?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm on Different Strokes, and I got a little accent, but thinks it's cute.
Gary Brockett was cast as the doctor, the one who questions whether or not Jade Calgary's insane. Brockett is best known for The Last Picture Show in 1971. He also appeared in The Philadelphia Experiment and The Ice Pirates in 1984.
Ooh, seeing a little bit of a pattern here.
He was a good friend of Stuart Raffles, apparently.
Stuart's making another movie. I'm going to get a job. This one's going to be bigger than E.T., he says. Oh, and McDonald's is involved. You know we're going to make a lot of money. This is going to make my career take off.
Gary Brockett also was the dialogue coach in the movie.
Well, he failed.
Yeah, he did. Andrew Divoff was cast as policeman number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Divoff is best known for playing the evil Jin in the Wishmaster series, as well as one of the terrorists in Air Force One.
Oh, wait, listen to our Air Force One episode. He always played heavies
Yeah.
and Russians, and, he was a great, great bad guy. One of the best.
Yeah. Bud Eakins was cast as the gardener. Eakins was a stuntman, best known for acting as a stunt double for Steve McQueen while filming The Great Escape.
Yeah, did he do the motorcycle?
He was the writer who performed what is considered to be one of the most famous motorcycle stunts ever performed in a movie.
Yes, the most, and you know how much I love this word, iconic
Yeah.
motorcycle
That was
stunt
Bud.
ever.
That was Bud Eakins.
Yeah.
He did it. I don't remember him in this movie at all. I don't
man, that
remember
was-
there being a gardener. I don't remember what he was in this movie.
I don't even remember a gardener.
Same.
That's so weird.
I
That's
don't
what
know.
it looks like. I don't know. Yeah.
George Buck Flower was cast as the security guard. He was recognizable despite not having the mustache. He's best known for playing Red the Bum in Back to the Future and Back to the Future Part 2, but he worked with John Carpenter in almost all of his movies in the 80s and 90s, with his biggest part being in They Live.
Yes.
You remember that? He's in the tuxedo.
Yes.
He's like, yeah, they may look weird, but they make me money.
Yeah, well,
or
it's
whatever.
First time he's not playing like a homeless guy or a security guard or some
He's-
sort of blue
He's literally
collar.
a traitor to the human race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. But apparently him and Carpenter, I'm going to guess they probably smoked a lot of weed together.
Man, I wish I were there.
Squire Friedel was Ronald McDonald, although Ronald McDonald was credited as himself.
Squire Friedel is probably the worst name I've ever heard in my life.
I'm pretty sure that he was a time traveler from the 1400s.
Squire?
Squire Friedel, you should get over here.
Why would you name your kid Squire instead of like Knight?
He's always going to be the helper.
Kid looks like a dud, like he's not going to be able to be the main anything, so let's just name him Squire, and he'll just be supporting for the rest of his life.
It was also weird that he talked in this movie, even though he didn't have a lot, and he did not sound like Ronald McDonald at all.
No, but he looked like him. He looked like...
I assume he played him in the commercials and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that was Ron, like 70s to 80s was Ronald's heyday when he was in all the commercials.
Oh,
and
yeah,
He had his
yeah.
little buddies, the little chicken nugget chicks and the Hamburglar and Grimace and Mayor McCheese.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
The weird cop
They were, yeah.
burger, quarter pounder police.
Oh, that's
man.
right. The Quarter Pounder Police. Yeah.
I don't know what they're called. But yeah, I mean, that was big. And then you get like all the little bendable buddies
Yeah.
and
yeah.
your Happy Meals.
McDonald's made it very clear they did not want Ronald McDonald in the film, but R.J. Lewis put him in anyway.
What a dumb ass. That scene, that 20-minute scene in McDonald's where people are doing choreographed dances and songs.
So I've been thinking about it. I'm not sure what to put after this scene. Do you think maybe we just do an extended dance break?
I think that's brilliant. This is what's going to make this movie bigger than E.T.
And the fact that all of these morons see what looks like some Japanese horror movie thing with its eyes coming out of the teddy bear.
And the stretchy hand thing?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Every single kid sitting at that table would scream and run away.
Yes.
It was horrifying.
So oblivious. Oh, he's so cute. There was nothing cute about that misshapen, gross teddy bear.
And the quote unquote dancing where he was just doing lazy somersaults through the air, like across the room, not losing. He's just floating and spinning. No one. I'm too busy dancing. I can't. I don't care.
Look, as somebody who used to go to McDonald's in the 80s, and they always had some sort of dance break or some sort of thing happening where you gotta go out in the parking lot, learn the steps before you go inside to make your order, because if you don't know the choreographed move, they'll kick you out. It was just a carnival there, man. It was so much fun. We just went into McDonald's. It was an experience.
The play places got too good. This is why they had to cut them all out.
But he sure was like, let's make McDonald's look like the greatest place on earth. Just one more actor. Laura Waterbury played Linda, who was the mom of the two girls, right?
Yeah, Debbie. I think Debbie and Courtney.
Debbie and Courtney. She was in Better Off Dead. Listen to our Better Off Dead episode. As the mom. And she was as Ricky's mom. Ricky the fat kid. And she was so good. Ricky! Go kiss Ricky! And she blew it. I'm sorry, Mom.
French fries.
That was the other mom.
Some French bread. Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was his mom. That was Dale's mom or whatever. But my favorite line or one of my favorite lines, because that movie is brilliant, is when he comes up to Ricky. He's like, "Sorry your mom blew up." "Hey, Ricky, sorry your mom blew up." But she was the mom that blew up.
She was so great. And she was, the only way I recognized her in this was because her voice was just a little bit like Ricky's mom.
She was great. She was great.
Yeah. Also, Jennifer Aniston can be seen sitting on a curb outside the McDonald's during the extended dance sequence, technically making this her feature film debut.
You won't recognize her because it's pre-nose job, and she looks nothing like she does now.
Yeah, well, I mean, the nose takes up 3/4 of her face, so it's hard to...
Yeah. It was a schnauzeroo.
Also, Nikki Cox. I remember Nikki Cox, redhead, who was kind of big in the late 90s.
Yeah.
She was her feature film debut as well. I believe she was also in the extras in the dance sequence, although I'm pretty sure she was like 10.
Well, there's so many people in that.
I know.
It was, they blew all their money. They couldn't get the costumes right because they blew all their money on the 20-minute dance party sequence at McDonald's.
So most of the movie was shot just outside of L.A., close to where the director lives, so he wouldn't have to go very far for the job.
There you go, man. There you go. There is the absolute perfect explanation for this movie.
Yeah. I mean, granted, again, I mean, I don't blame him because at the end of the day, the producer was like, "You have to make this movie work." He's like, "All right,
As long as we do it close to my house so I can sleep in. Because I got to get home and get drunk really fast."
The McDonald's scenes were all shot in City of Industry, just outside of Los Angeles. The set was a real-life McDonald's built specifically for crew member training and television commercials.
Nice.
Everything inside worked, but it was never actually served to a real customer.
Yeah, it was McDonald's U, right? Mac U, as they called it or something?
When it wasn't being used, it was locked up behind a chain link fence. It was actually torn down and rebuilt in 2006.
Nice. Bigger, stronger, faster.
The original McDonald's that the dance sequence takes place in is gone.
No!
Sorry.
How could they? That is cinema history, man.
When Steven Spielberg was once asked if he was ever tempted to take legal action against the filmmakers for copying E.T. the Extraterrestrial, he said he didn't want to get blamed for making anybody else watch Mac and Me in order to make comparisons.
It's such a dick thing, but awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he is not wrong.
No. The original ending of the film, despite being backed by Coca-Cola and McDonald's, had a much darker ending. Rather than Eric being killed by the explosion, he's accidentally shot on screen by a police officer.
Good Lord.
It's when the guy very stupidly trips over the front of a car.
Yes.
And his gun goes off, and that actually kills Eric.
Oh my God, that would have been awesome.
I think they should have kept that ending.
Same. Couldn't have been any worse.
Yeah, they added in his little silhouette when the thing explodes, where he's apparently just so stupid he's just sitting by the explosion.
Or when he goes running towards
Yeah,
them.
he goes, the whole thing didn't make any sense. It was bad.
Yeah, I hate when somebody shoots a gas station and it blows up because there's no gas there. It's all underground.
Yeah, well, they did. I mean, technically, because he fired and killed Eric, even though we don't see it, and then because apparently the Papa Alien knows how to use a gun, he fires the gun off, and then they all start shooting.
That's another thing that was so stupid was the Papa Alien grabbing the gun and
I just, the way he looked at it, I just kept waiting for him to blow his own head off.
same.
Which apparently they're immortal, so it doesn't matter.
What?
I mean, they walked out of that fire like nothing was going on.
Yeah, that's true. They got sucked up into...
They obviously got shot 100 times because they just kept shooting at him and then it blew up.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I guess
man.
I'm just too stupid for this movie.
You know what? I'm trying to put logic on a movie that has none.
Well, you've written a lot of fan fiction when it comes to Mac and Me.
I love it.
The Mac and Me universe is kind of your milieu for your writing these days.
It is currently devolved into being erotic fan fiction.
Yes.
With the mom and dad. It's very they're very consenting, but it's just weird.
Yeah. The thing that I love too is much like the book that you gave me for my birthday about all these short stories told within the Stand universe.
Yeah.
You're kind of curating the same thing of a bunch of stories told in the Mac and Me universe.
Yeah, I'm still looking for a publisher.
Well, it's only a matter of time, baby. It's 3,000 pages long. It's a very long book.
There's like 400 stories. I just can't stop.
You wrote 398 of them.
Only a few of them are kind of veer into the adult erotic.
Like 120. That's not very,
Just a few.
out of 300. That's less than
like a third.
It's not half.
A little more than a third.
It's those little mouths. Those little mouths are perfect for little wieners. Oh my God! You know somebody effed one of those heads. You know it. Somebody lubed it up.
Why do you got to put that in my head, man?
Because I have to.
I think you would have done that. You would have done that on that set.
It would have been too big for me. It would have been flopping around like a hot dog in a hallway or whatever.
All right, well, a sequel was planned, but audiences were so enraged by the ending of the film that despite the "we'll be back" plastered over the end, a sequel was scrapped. Also, could be due to the fact that it only made $6.4 million against a $13 million budget.
The audacity of making this piece of shit and seeing it and finishing it and then having the gall to put "we'll be back" after that. That's some balls, baby. That's somebody with such an inflated sense of self-esteem or whatever.
It is the textbook example of Dunning-Kruger.
Yes.
Where you think that your movie is so good that everyone's going to clamor for more.
All right, we'll see you guys in a couple months when we start gearing up for the sequel. Okay, don't lose touch.
Part of the box office did go to the Ronald McDonald House Charities, so they did make some money off that. The only real positive thing to happen from this movie.
Yes, and to have a very positive
There was a good role
portrayal.
model for our ADA friends.
Yeah.
You're right. It was good for someone, like there is some kid that can see this movie and go, oh, that's me.
That kid's wheelchair never held him back. Never held him back once.
No.
Never held him back. And, I mean, there was some cool stuff with him, going down and grabbing the car and
Almost
speeding.
dying multiple times.
Yeah, that kid was just like, F it, I don't care. He had a death wish.
Also, I will say the flip side of the mother, like treating him like a normal kid.
Yeah.
Like when she wakes up and there's just plants everywhere in the living room, she's like, "You'll ruin the living room. Why did you do this?" She never once said you couldn't have done this.
Yeah.
Because he could have.
Well, yeah, but
Despite him being in a wheelchair. Nope. You gotta believe, Jim.
No way he's getting up to that fan. There's no way. There's no way he's getting up to the ceiling and putting stuff up there.
Yeah, but Mike was helping.
All right. Well, that mom is just delusional.
She moved 2,000 miles to work in the shoe department at the Sears.
To work at Sears. Yeah. Well, back then you could do that, man.
And buy a house?
Yes.
Yeah, what have we become, Jim?
Well, we become a place where, A, there's no Sears anymore to work at to buy your house. And, you have to own Sears to be able to buy a house these days.
Unsurprisingly, critics lambasted the movie. Los Angeles Times critic Michael Wilmington wrote that it is
an amazingly bald-faced copy of E.T., even though this is E.T. in a sticky wrapper left under the heater for 2 hours too long. Almost everything in the earlier movie has a double here.
Richard Harrington of the Washington Post amended the famed E.T. phone home phrase to
E.T. call lawyer. Oh, I'm so clever. Hey, honey, look at this. E.T. call lawyer. Get it?
Oh, my God. Will you just go to bed?
Honey, you're such a good writer.
Yes, I am.
He also said,
why is it so hard to like this film? Having seen it done so much better by Steven Spielberg doesn't help, of course.
Gene Siskel, the Chicago Tribune, gave it a 1.5-star rating and wrote,
"This is what happens when somebody doesn't make a sequel to a hit movie fast enough. Someone else, with a lot of brass, makes a ripoff that is even less satisfying. Mac and Me is a pale, carbon copy of E.T. with an alien creature who looks like a cross between E.T. and Yoda, hiding out in a suburban California house where only the kids and the government believe the creature really exists. Can the kids save the creature and get him reunited with his family? This may sound benign, but there are 2 problems. Dozens of brazen commercial plugs and a couple of truly frightening scenes with a child in a wheelchair going over a cliff and nearly drowning, and later being pronounced dead after a fire.
yeah, I hate to agree with Gene Siskel, but he's pretty spot on. I'm also a little surprised he gave it 1.5 stars.
Well, I think he probably gave probably because of the kid. Probably because of the kid in the wheelchair,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So despite all this critical nonsense, it does hold a 7% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and a 26 out of 100 on Metacritic.
That means 26 people out of 100 love this movie.
Yep.
I prefer it over E.T., quite frankly. There's more aliens.
well, it's not just one, there's four.
I believe that the brother relationship with the mother is much more convincing than the one in E.T.
And they've shot it in an almost carbon copy subdivision type of area. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same exact, trying to evoke that Spielbergian.
Yeah, with God, E.T. is such a better movie. I just thinking of one scene, one shot from that movie, and I was like, I want to watch that.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to watch E.T. just to get the stink of
Wash
Mac and
this
Me.
out of your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah. So Mac and Me was nominated for 4 Golden Raspberries. Worst Picture, but it lost to Cocktail. Worst Screenplay, but also lost to Cocktail.
Cocktail sucked so bad.
It was not a good movie.
No.
Worst Director for Stuart Raffle, who actually won.
Yay!
And Worst New Star for Ronald McDonald, who won the only time a fictional character would win a Razzie.
Yeah, well, he sucked. He was
Also, he was in the movie for like 30 seconds.
right, but he was also kind of detached. I mean, it wasn't the Ronald McDonald that we normally see.
No, that's true.
Thank God. Thank God they didn't. They at least they didn't. They had the wherewithal not to nominate the kid.
I know.
Although I don't know, maybe he was nominated and
He
just didn't
wasn't.
win.
He
Well,
wasn't.
thank God, because this poor kid, man, he tried his best. Like, this kid was. I got to star in a movie. I'm going to give it my all. Like, I feel so. I feel so bad for him because He's like, oh man, I'm starring in a movie, and it's a movie with a kid in a wheelchair, but it's not about him being in the wheelchair, so I get to just play a lead, and it doesn't even worry about this stuff. And then it's Mac and Me.
Which now is most famous for being a gag on
Yes.
Conan O'Brien.
His entire career in the entire movie has been reduced to, I would say, a 2-decade at least.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Running gag where Paul Rudd, whenever he goes on the Conan O'Brien show, whatever iteration it was, the podcast, his TBS show, the show on CBS or ABC, I don't know, NBC. Whenever he would come on with a clip, he'd be like, yeah, let's roll the clip. And every single time, it was a clip of the kid rolling down the hill, into the drink, the girl screaming, and the gross little alien sex doll popping his head up and looking around. Obviously, Greens. I mean, the whole thing was just
bad.
That is it, but it epitomizes how bad this movie is. If you could sum up a movie in one clip,
It's that.
it is that, and it is. I've never seen another movie that is so easily condensed. Like, you could just watch that clip, which most people have, which I had. I had never seen the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And I didn't need to see the rest of the movie. That was the best. That was the best scene. But he still does it to this day. And we have to find out, like, the impetus of that.
I don't know if he's ever talked about it.
I'm sure he has.
We'll find out.
Maybe
We'll
on
talk
like
about
the
Stepdad show.
podcast or whatever. But I'll do some research and find out if I can find the origin of that gag.
I think that Paul Rudd just really loves Mac and Me.
Yes, well, he auditioned for Mac and Me, and
Yeah.
he was up for playing the brother, and it was between he and the other actor.
Oh, I thought he was up for the role of Eric, and then they were like, but you're not in a wheelchair. And he's like, I will break my legs.
Yes. Well, I thought he was, because he's Jonathan Ward's age. So,
Yeah.
I think he went out for the brother, and he didn't get it. And from what I heard, he and Jonathan Ward, like, he was up for the Beans Baxter part 2, and Jonathan Ward was kind of his nemesis.
Yeah.
So I think
So-
this is payback.
So he's paying him back by showing a clip from a movie that he's not
That
even
he's
in.
not in. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He's like, F you, I'm going to show this clip, and it's not even going to have you in it, Jonathan Ward. That's how much I'm shining you on, buddy.
Also, I just want to point out, I do have one little last bit, but I do want to point out that the people on the internet are just so oblivious, because in one of the things I was researching, they talk about Jonathan Ward and how he owns this number one, they call it TLC. The Icon is the actual name of it, where he
Right.
fixes up these Toyota Land
Yeah.
Cruisers. And someone literally has put out there, and it's been supported or liked a bunch of times, that Jonathan Ward keeps a wheelchair in the back of his shop to pull out for people when they mention this movie. Jonathan Ward was not the character in the
No,
wheelchair
That doesn't make any sense.
at all. I was so confused when I was reading this, and people are just dumb.
Here, Is the wheelchair the kid I murdered?
It's like, what? They're like, hey, he sits in it and takes pictures with people. And I was like, he wasn't that character.
Yeah, I stole Jade's wheelchair.
Not to mention the fact that Jonathan Ward doesn't seem like that much of a douchebag. He seems like a really cool guy.
It's unfortunate. This is a movie too where I give props to the actor, especially like Christine Ebersol, and
they tried so hard.
they really did. And look, the family dynamic was pretty good.
Yeah.
The dialogue sucks so bad that there's no way for them to get around that, but the intention and the emotion and the camaraderie, and I believed in this family.
I think much like Garbage Pail Kids movie, I would like to have seen this movie without the aliens in it.
Yes.
I think I would have liked the movie more if there just weren't the aliens.
Right. Just have it about something else. The aliens sucked. The aliens sucked. I did not care one shit about any of them. I didn't care about Mac. If Mac showed up on my doorstep, I would have shot it. I'm sorry. It is a gross, twitchy, rabid-looking little nasty little thing. And the whole family is a bunch of... They look like giant sea monkeys. You remember the sea monkeys?
They do. They
from
do.
the packages?
I bet that's where it came from.
These are sea monkey sex dolls, baby.
Yeah, except that they look worse than
Right,
the sea monkeys.
because they have those little butthole mouths that never close. They were like, oh, we can't close the mouths. Let's just have them communicate by whistling. Problem solved. Oh, you're brilliant. No, these things are the most off-putting, ugly-looking aliens that have ever been in any movie ever. And that's the problem, man.
Yeah.
Your alien movie lives or dies with your alien. And if people are like, your alien's a gross little piece of crap, that they didn't really do anything to get us to kind of like it.
No. This is the beauty of E.T. Number one, Spielberg knows, and granted, yes, he learned this from Jaws, but you don't blow your load in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
No, especially if your load is subpar and gross.
This movie, they literally thought that the design for these aliens was so good that they're going to open the movie with them trudging around looking for water.
And whatever stupid planet they're on.
Some stupid planet that doesn't make any sense. And not to mention the fact that NASA apparently, back in the day, had a lander probe that could land, collect samples, and then go back.
Yeah.
Which the only time we've ever done that was when people went to the moon. Let alone the fact that this obviously wasn't even in our solar system.
No.
Did they send it 1 billion years ago? God, this is making me even madder.
And it got back super fast, too, by the way.
How?
Hey, man, you got to suspend your
If
disbelief,
it was
baby.
Mars, it would make more sense.
Nothing makes sense. It is just garbage. And it sucks because, like I said, Tina Caspary, Lauren Stanley, they're trying their hardest. But there's just no... It's like trying to swim through a sea of Jell-O.
Yeah.
You're never going to be able to get to the other side before you sink. It's impossible. No. And I feel so bad for all these actors. I don't blame any of them. I blame the director. I blame the writer. I wholly blame the special effects team, the creature creators, whoever.
I mean, honestly, the end of the day, all of this falls on R.J. Lewis.
Yep.
The producer just wanted to make money and thought that he had some cash cow by including this McDonald. I didn't even include the fact that, like, for years he crowed about how he had the very first deal with McDonald's to do this movie, despite the fact that the movie sucked and didn't make any money.
Look, he ripped off E.T. and ripped off McDonald's.
Yeah.
And if you're... I mean, it is the most blatant example of exploitation ever, you know?
Oh,
it's like you're going to blatantly remake the most beloved film ever and bastardize it. And then, just to add insult to injury, you're going to ham-fist in McDonald's for the entire frickin' movie.
Yeah. R.J. Lewis, being the slick Hollywood producer he is, said in 2017 that he isn't ruling out a sequel due to the cult status of the film and the gross from the home video sales. Fortunately, that has still not happened. 9 years later.
Okay. The only way to make a sequel to this movie is to make okay. This is how I would make the sequel to this movie, and then you could tell me how you would make it.
Please.
Okay. So if I were going to make a sequel to this movie, I would start it in space, on some planet, and they're like going into the signal of like a TV station. Okay. And they see the movie Mac and Me.
Okay.
And then we pull back and we see that these are very similar looking aliens to the aliens from Mac and Me. So they decide that they are so insulted by this movie that they're going to go and destroy Earth.
All right.
And so the only way to save Earth is for the director to come back and make a reboot of this movie that satisfies these aliens so they won't destroy Earth. So he has to make a good movie. But because he's so inept, he doesn't, and the Earth is destroyed.
The funny thing is that you probably pitched that to R.G. Lewis, he'd probably pick it up.
I know, I should have saved it. You're a genius, kid.
My version of a sequel would start on close-ups of the Papa alien's mouth with his little butthole mouth.
Gross.
And it would the whole time the camera would just be pulling back, and then you realize they're all tied up to posts, and then the camera pulls back further, and you see a firing squad, and it's just fire, and then they all die.
Nice.
The end.
Okay. So more of a short film than a, than a feature.
I'm producing it for YouTube.
Nice. It would be 1,000 times better than the original Mac and Me.
And then as it pulls back and they fire and then they're all dead, the camera keeps pulling back and it turns around and there's Jade Caligari smiling.
Nice. One last thing to point out before we go. One last thing that I completely forgot about, was the ending where, for some reason, they're becoming naturalized citizens, which, hey, good for them.
Sure.
But why did they make them dress like they were in the 50s and give them a car like they were in the 50s? It was like they were forcing them to be, we're going to force you to be the completely false
amazing nuclear family of the 1950s.
Yes, we're going to force you to be the stereotype of this 50s family. Nobody seems to be alarmed or in any way concerned about aliens becoming citizens. It's not like the press is there or anything. It's just, hey, these are some new citizens.
Yeah, I mean, I got the impression this happened directly after they walked out of the fire and saved Eric.
Could you imagine working really hard to get your citizenship for years and years and years and years, and these butthole-faced aliens come in and just get me citizens right away?
They never passed the test. There's no way.
No.
They didn't even speak English. They don't even understand English.
No.
I mean, I think that Mac was starting to.
Maybe, but that was so bizarre. It was just like, on all the music and everything, it's like, we're going to fly away together. No, nobody flew away. Nobody went anywhere. They just stayed here, pretending to be 50s family, and somehow assimilated into America.
This is the same movie that made the decision when they came out of the lander probe thing inside the NASA scientist lab.
Yeah.
That when they came out, the head of the lab was like, no, just let him go. Just let him go.
Yes. Which is so
They
typical
can
of the government.
blow up things with their hands, but we should just, no, that's fine. Just don't, they'll be fine.
We'll get them later.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Look, I think this was a bad movie, Adam. I'm starting to think
I'm
bad movie.
beginning to think that I shouldn't have written so many fanfics about it.
I don't know. I'm going to have to reread your book again.
Oh my God. I still think that I hate Hot Pursuit more.
Wow.
But this movie's really atrocious.
That is saying something about Hot Pursuit, man. There is no way that this is worse. This is better. This is worse than Hot Pursuit.
No, well, I still think Hot Pursuit's worse.
That's Robert Loggia.
But I will say this movie's not available anywhere. Surprise, surprise. It's hard to find. You could probably get a DVD or something from the library, or maybe find it cheap. But don't watch this movie.
No.
It's bad.
If you're like thrifting and you're at Goodwill and you come across like a DVD or a VHS copy for 99 cents or less, sure, pick it up just for the You know,
Yeah, it would be best for you to pick it up, pay the 99 cents, and then take it to a trash can and burn it.
or you can use the disc as a coaster.
Oh, repurpose.
Yes.
Nice.
There you go.
It'll be the best thing that ever came from that movie.
It will, but it'll be the best use of that movie ever.
All right. Well, that's it. We'll be back next week with The Wizard. I cannot imagine how it's going to be worse than this.
No. I think we're building up to something better.
Have you seen The Wizard?
I have. I have never seen Mac and Me,
Okay.
and I had never seen The Garbage Pail.
I have definitely had seen Mac and Me. I'm pretty sure I saw it when I was like 10.
Yeah.
And even then, I was like, well, I'm never watching this again.
No, because this came out when I was
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
And so,
It wasn't your cup of tea?
no. My friends and I, our snoots in film school, weren't like clamoring
you
to
should
go.
have just gotten super high and then gone to see this movie.
Even that.
It wouldn't have helped.
I would have quit
know.
smoking pot because of.
And your life would be so different
Yes,
now.
It would have been great.
If only you'd seen Mac and
Oh,
Me.
man. Sliding doors, baby. Oh, yeah. We'll be back. Hopefully, it'll be a.
But The Wizard, I don't think I've ever seen The Wizard.
I don't remember The Wizard being particularly horrible like Mac and Me or the Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
Cabbage Pail Kids.
Cabbage Pail Kids. It definitely, we're including it because it definitely was a huge flop.
Yes. And it was, again, much like Mac and Me, I believe, and we'll find out next week, but I believe the main kid is either autistic or has some sort of disability.
Fred Savage?
No, Fred Savage's little brother, who is
Oh.
the little gaming savant.
Oh.
And so,
So it's not even Fred Savage isn't even the wizard?
no, Fred Savage's brother's the
My God,
wizard.
I hate this already.
And he takes him, I think they go across country to a Nintendo tournament.
yeah.
So because the kid's so good at it,
Right.
But they're kind of running away from home or something, and they run into some people,
All right.
including Christian Slater, apparently, who I forgot was in that movie.
Okay. Well, something to look forward to, I
But
guess.
but from what I remember, it was basically created as a 90-minute commercial for the Nintendo Power Glove, and we know how that blew up.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Nice.
A lot of kids lost hands because it literally blew up.
It did.
No, it didn't. All right, we'll be back next week. Thanks for listening.
I can't face the thought of you leaving, so take me along. I swear I'll be strong if you take me wherever you go. I want to learn things. Okay.
All right, I need a Big Mac. You know what I feel like?
A Big Mac?
The man's psychic.
Excuse me. What's the word I'm looking for? We have brains that fill
Mush. Mushy mush.
cheese brains.
He was the writer who performed what is considered to be one of the most famous motorcycle.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Vegas, already in progress.